Welcome to Mariana's Wonderful Kitchen. Today I'm going to show you guys a technique on how to cook stripe at home. Where I come from in Namibia, we call it matangara. So when I first arrived here in Canada, I'm looking for matangara. Everybody was like, what's matangara? So it's called stripe, which is the right word. So I'm going to take you guys step by step on a technique my mother taught me on how to cook stripe. Delicious, tender, beautiful, a lot of flavors into the stripe. So I'll show you guys. Stick with me until the end of the video and see the technique I learned from the old lady, my mom, how to cook a beautiful stripe. So let's not waste more time. Let's get into it. Follow me, guys. Come in my beautiful small kitchen. Let's start cooking. Now I am going to start by cleaning the stripe. So I'm cooking 3 stripe that I bought. So I'll start by cleaning them in cold water. So I'll just like remove cold water. I'm just removing all the dirt. So this one's basically, most of them you'll find they're already a little bit pre-cleaned. So I'll remove all of this, not this petty fat. So I like eating my stripe with a bit of fat inside. So I just don't like it like having meat. So that one is optional. You want to remove like all the fat inside, all these dirty parts here out from your stripe. So mine, as you can see, it's already like clean. It's a good one that I got. So I just bought it from one of our close by supermarket. If you're in Canada, in Montreal, you can just leave a comment and then I'll tell you where I bought it. I can refer you where I bought my good ones that were already pre-cleaned. So then this process is done. I'll just run it out in water a little bit like this. So, and then I'll just do the same with the rest. So this is quite good already. Okay, now that my stripes are done, it's nicely cleaned. So now we're just gonna chop them up. I'll transfer them inside this bowl so that we can just make them ready to be cut into slices. That is our other step that we are going to. So these are all my stripes that I'm going to cook over here. So I'll start slicing one. I'll start with this one to show you guys all, and then I'm gonna cut the rest as well. So we'll start with this one here. So I'll show you guys one on how to cut your stripe. So you just make it flat the way I'm doing like this, and then I'm gonna turn it around. So it depends on the type of slices you want. I usually prefer my stripe big slices like this. That's how I like having my stripe. I like feeling like I'm eating really a stripe, not those small things. So but my husband prefers them small, but unfortunately, since I'm the one cooking, it's my decision. So it depends on what kind of slices you want. So everything is up to you. Since it's your kitchen, you are in control, you are in demand, but I prefer doing them this size, not too small. Some prefer cutting them like this, so it's just up to you. There's no really specific size that you want to be cutting them on that. So and then I'll just put it here, and then I'll just okay. So now I am done cutting all my stripe. So I'm just gonna transfer it into this bowl over here, and then we are going to our other step, which is now going to cook our stripe. So as I was saying that growing up, these stripes were so cheap, affordable, but now since everybody knows it's white meat, so everybody's fighting for them, so it will become so expensive. but it used to be so cheap back in the day, so that's really surprising. So let's now start cooking the stripes. So I'm gonna put them in my pot. So for my spices, here I have Italian herbs, this one here, and then I have smoked paprika, and then I have curry, then I have paprika here, then I have the salt. So I'm going to use all these ingredients to cook my strips. So we're gonna put it now in the pot. Guys, don't stress yourself out. You can use any pot you have at your house. So I'm using this one. So I'm gonna transfer all my stripe inside this pot. Going to use, pot was already preheated, so then I am going to use 2 cups of water. 1, 2. I have a lot of stripe. I'm not going to use 2 cups of water, sorry for that. I'm going to use a lot of water because stripe needs a lot of water. So until I see all my stripe is under water, and then I'll stop. So I was thinking that 2 cups will be enough, but it's not really enough. So that's now 4. So now I'm going to go in with 5 cups. So 5 cups, you can see all my stripes are underwater. That is the main aim. So all your stripe needs to be underwater. My stripe are underwater. I'm going to go in with my seasoning. This is Italian herbs. 1 spoon of Italian herb, 1 spoon of paprika, 1 spoon of curry, 1 spoon of paprika, 1 spoon of salt. So then I'm just gonna mix this up very well so that it is in good. And I am going in with 1 full cup of garlic that I've already blended at home. So I just crunch it and then I mix it up with oil already. So I'm going in with 1 garlic. Since it's a lot of stripe, I will use 2 garlic because I love 2 garlic. So I'm gonna use 2 spoons of garlic. Then I'm just gonna mix that up very well. Guys, the correct oil measurement that I use, so I'm using 1 1/4, 80 milliliters. So I'm not good with my grams, so I'm gonna use this as my oil, and then I'm gonna put that inside. So now I'm gonna close this up and I'm gonna cook it for 1 hour. So because I don't have the steaming pot, that's why I'm using my regular pot. So if you have a steaming pot, that's to your advantage and it will be very fast. But since I don't have, I'm gonna cook it within the normal pot, which will take me an hour. So I'm gonna let that boil and cook, and then we go to the next step. So while this is cooking, we are going to clean our potatoes and our carrots. So now I'm going to start with my veggies. So I'm going to start cleaning my potatoes. So I'm using 5 potatoes. Then I'm using 3 carrots for this recipe. So I'll start by peeling off my potato, and then we go through the carrots. Just gonna slice this up. So you don't want to slice them big, and you don't want to slice them small. So we're gonna slice them this part like this, so that you can feel them when they are in your stripe. That's the whole aim. You don't want your potatoes to disappear inside your stripe. So I'm just gonna slice everything like this. So now that my potato is done, I'm gonna move this aside, and then I'm gonna start with my carrots. So we're gonna do the same with the carrots. I'll just clean this up. Love the shape of these carrots. Not potato, carrots. Okay, then I'm gonna do the same with my carrots as well. So I'm done cleaning them up. So we're gonna just do this. We also don't want them to disappear. Transfer this inside my carrots and my potatoes together. Let's have a look at our stripe. So it's cooking quite well. So if you want your stripe to cook a little bit faster, like mine, I'm gonna show you a secret. So this is baking soda. You can use any type you have available baking soda, just a little bit of a tablespoon inside to make it very soft faster. And then we're gonna add 1 tablespoon of chicken stock. Then I'm just gonna mix it up. You can see the flame, what the baking soda does. So it makes it cook extremely fast so that you don't waste a lot of electricity. So this technique I learned it from my mom. And then I'm gonna add 1 cup of water. Okay. Then I'm gonna allow that to cook. Okay, now I am going to add in my potato and carrots inside. My tripe is almost ready, so I added my potatoes and my carrots inside, and I'm just gonna mix that up very well. So I'm gonna just close that up and let it cook for 20 minutes. So now my stripe is ready. You can see my fork is not resisting going in with my knife. So I'm going to transfer it into a bowl, and then we're gonna start with the sauce. So now I'm just gonna transfer all this here. So my stripe is ready with my potatoes. So now I'm going in again with oil. 80 millimeters of oil inside here in my pot. And then I am going to go in with my chopped onions. So I have red onions. I did small 3 red onions, and then I did 1 loaf of green onion inside here. So I'm just gonna put this here and let that come into a fry, and then we're gonna add tomatoes. I'm just gonna mix that up so that I can allow it to cook. This onions already smells so nice, and this is the stock for my seasoning for my stripe. My onion is ready. I'm gonna add my tomatoes. So I chopped 2 big tomatoes. So now we are making the stew. I'm just gonna mix that up first and let it come to a cook. I'm gonna add 1 table of salt into my veggies, and then I'm gonna add 1 full table of tomato paste. Then I'm just gonna mix everything up. This is optional. If you have palm oil, you can also add. It also gives a great taste to your sauce. So I'll just mix that up well. So it looks so yummy. Everything is already coming together. Okay guys, so I'm going to blend all this veggie. This is my coriander, and then this is red peppers with onion, yellow pepper, and orange pepper. So everything I'm gonna blend it, then we're gonna add it there. So I'll just add this into the blender, and we're gonna blend this. So this is my coriander, my red pepper, my onion, yellow pepper, everything together, and then we're just gonna blend this. I'm just gonna add a little bit of water of 80 ml. This is done, so I'm gonna add it to my tomatoes. You can see how delicious my tomato and onion looks like. It really looks yummy. So I'm gonna add this my mixture that I just blended for my peppers. Then I'm gonna allow that to come to boil. Just gonna add a little bit of water inside my blender. Out everything out of my blender. I don't want to waste anything though. Then I'm gonna mix this all up. Very nice. See, I love already how it's looking like. I'm gonna add a full spoon of chili. I did a video below how to make your homemade chili, so I'm gonna add this to just give it that kick. Potato, my shrimp inside here with the stock, everything together. And then I'm just gonna mix this up very well. Look how yummy that looks already. Yummy. How beautiful this looks. ready. Like this and dish it up. Hey, yummy this looks. So really to dig in. Yummy.